The Great Chicken Chase. In a small village, there lived an old man named Mr. Wiggins. He loved to eat, and he had a big round belly to show for it. Every morning, Mr. Wiggins walked to the village market to buy fresh vegetables, bread, and his favourite food, eggs. He loved eggs so much that he ate them for breakfast, lunch, and sometimes even dinner. One sunny morning, Mr. Wiggins was walking to the market when he saw a big, fat chicken standing in the middle of the road. The chicken was walking around proudly and making loud, clucking sounds. Mr. Wiggins licked his lips. What a tasty chicken you would make, he thought. I could cook a big pot of chicken stew and have eggs too. He decided to catch the chicken. Here, chicken, 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 he called softly, reaching out his hands. But as soon as Mr. Wiggins got close, the chicken squawked loudly and ran away. Mr. Wiggins was determined to catch it. He started chasing the chicken down the road, waving his arms and shouting, "Come back, you tasty bird!" The chicken ran faster, weaving between market stalls and people. Mr. Wiggins ran after it, huffing and puffing, his big belly bouncing up and down. The villagers watched, laughing and cheering as the old man chased the chicken around the market. "Go, Mr. Wiggins, go!" they shouted. Mr. Wiggins ran as fast as he could, but the chicken was too quick. It darted under a cart, hopped over a fence, and even ran through a puddle, splashing mud all over Mr. Wiggins. "Oh, you tricky chicken!" Mr. Wiggins cried, wiping the mud from his face. "You won't get away from me." The chase went on all through the village. Mr. Wiggins chased the chicken past the bakery, around the school, and even through Mrs. Pemberton's flower garden. By now Mr. Wiggins was very tired, but he didn't want to give up. Finally the chicken ran into a small alley. Mr. Wiggins smiled. "Aha, you're trapped now," he said as he followed the chicken into the alley. But just as Mr. Wiggins thought he had the chicken trapped, he heard a strange sound behind him. Cluck, cluck, cluck. He turned around, and to his surprise, saw a whole group of chickens standing behind him. They all looked just like the one he had been chasing. Mr. Wiggins scratched his head, feeling confused. Which one is the chicken I was chasing? He wondered aloud. But the chickens just stared at him, clucking softly. Mr. Wiggins sighed and laughed at himself. Well, I guess I'll have to stick to eggs for now, he chuckled, giving up his chase. The chickens clucked happily, as if they understood, and waddled away. As Mr. Wiggins walked back home, he couldn't help but smile. He realized that sometimes the chase is more fun than catching the chicken. And from that day on, he became known not just for his love of food, but for being the funniest old man in the village. And as for the chicken, it strutted around proudly, happy to have given Mr. Wiggins a good run.